where you were when you heard this. You are concerned about, yes, this technology has great disruptive potential, but we have to go into it with our eyes wide open, because this technology that's supposed to sort of liberate us, free us from the middlemen, allow people to take control of their personal information, their digital information, it could also be used by centralized powers to entrap us. Please explain that.
So, yeah, I haven't talked about this. I mean, if you look at it logically, I mean, if you're let's say, an entity like a government, and you're looking at this, what we're doing in terms of decentralization, this is unusual because there's this technology revolution that had a philosophical underpinning. You know, some people call it libertarianism, or whatever you want to call it, but it was about liberating, and it was about having freedom, and it was about being kind of outside the system or this new system. And it's really kind of ironic, but if you look at it logically, if you are the system, you could actually use this technology to do the exact opposite. So if you were a government, you could have actually a government blockchain. You could turn the euro or the dollar or whatever it is into a crypto that is permissioned just by the government. And now it's doing the exact opposite. You don't need to file your tax returns. They'll just tell you what you owe, and they know your address. They know every transaction you've done. They know who you've transacted with. I mean, it's the level of privacy has diminished greatly in that environment. There are a couple of examples right now that are fringe, to be sure, but the governments that are looking, and the one particular is the Marshall Islands, where they passed a law to actually have a fully decentralized currency that would not be in their control. So it's almost like a crypto gold standard, but they would be set with a certain inflation rate, and that's it. They get a certain amount of the tokens, and that's the rest of it. But that's really letting go of your own monetary policy. I'm not sure that most governments are willing to do that at this point.
Fascinating stuff. Now, I should say that I talked to Joseph Lubin, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, earlier today, and I told him about that, and he said that's just FUD. That's sowing fear, uncertainty, and doubt. He's not quite sure he sees it in such a dystopian light. Maybe in certain countries, but not around the world.
Well, I certainly respect Joe's opinion, and I don't mean it to be that way. So it was a conversation we were having, and it wasn't really about. I'm not ultimately really concerned, because I think people will do what people will do, institutions will do what they'll do, and society will move forward. It's really just about what makes logical sense, and I think we do have these technologies, and if we do implement them and we move quicker and the industry works together more cohesively, then other systems can be built.